So I think that's the biggest challenge, is that we have so many people really competing for these properties, and a lot of them are in very, very poor condition. So it's really a massive challenge right across the board.
It's been brilliant being here today. Met loads of really interesting people, picked up some tips about things around housing that I actually hadn't heard of before from some of the professionals here. So it's been a really good session.
So I think the biggest problem with the sector at the moment is lack of supply, and that leads to all the other problems. Because there's not enough properties available, tenants are having to pay too much money, and they don't get the ability to choose properties effectively, which unfortunately means that people are trapped in poor quality property, and not in property that they would choose to live in if they had a proper free choice at a reasonable price.
We've got a housing crisis in the UK. There are thousands of people that can't afford to get on the property ladder. There are thousands of people who are living in substandard accommodation, some of them having their lives at risk because of things like faulty electricity, damp, uncertainty about the future of their accommodation, and that's particularly crucial for people like environmental health officers, because they're the ones that make a real difference on the front line.
I'm Connie and I am Shelter's London Hub Manager. Shelter's London Hub is a range of different advice and support services that we offer to people across the capital and also in Thames Valley. We believe that everyone should have a safe, secure and affordable home, and everything we do is to help people achieve that.
We are working on the general election campaign, and we are determined to get the political parties to make absolutely clear where they stand on housing issues and how they see the agenda developing over the next 5 years.
The conference was fantastic. I really enjoyed the session by St Mungo's on the rough sleepers data and the work that the Citizens Advice Centre is actually doing. You've got normal working families and they're unable to afford the rent levels that are being charged today by landlords in the private sector.
What do you think is the biggest challenge to the housing and health sector?
The number of people who are homeless and the lack of social housing. And I don't mean affordable accommodation. I don't like the word affordable accommodation because affordable accommodation could mean, in somebody's pockets £1,000 a month.
I think those two issues, affordability and then the state of the sector, kind of come together and really create a bit of an explosion of issues. So I think the biggest problem in that is really making sure that people aren't exploited by low quality housing simply because that's the only thing they can afford in the sector.
So the biggest challenge to the housing and health sector from an NHS England perspective, I think, is thinking about the role of housing and how it influences health and how it can promote our health, how it can create health, better health, keep people more independent, keep people out of hospital, keep people living the life that they want to live, healthy and independent in their own home, really. And housing plays a crucial role for that. I think housing, in terms of the role of housing to delayed transfers of care from hospital, is really crucial. And I'm sure there'll be many, many other environmental health colleagues who give you a long, long list of other things.